Hello and welcome to The Fix. And before we start, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and also click the bell icon so you could get all my future videos. And today we're out here to this Nissan Navara pickup truck, and we've come to weld the chassis up. As you can see, my friend has already taken bed off, so now I'm going to show you what we've got to do. Over on these Nissan Navaras, they suffer from the chassis getting rusted up and corroded, because I think, you know, on these there's no holes underneath here, so all the water fills up in here and then it rots it. Look, we're going to have to put plates on here, do the welding over here, and along here it's got a few holes, and along here my friends actually went and bought some pre-cut plates that you could get for the Navara. He's bought these online, so they're pre-cut, so hopefully we won't have to do too much cutting. Like, he's got the box section there, and these ones go along the side. See, they're already shaped out. So, and I think we're going to have to do a bit of welding here in the back as well, and on the top where it's rotted through, and on the outside here we're going to have to put a plate on, and I think in there on the corner. Okay, now we're going to start on this Navara welding. First of all, I want to let you know that we bought actually two different kits of pre-cut welded plates, weldable plates. So we've got this kit here which has these four sections here. So this section actually goes inside there, and this one, if you see, goes on the outside here, and it's got all the holes cut out already, and this is going to go in there, this is going to slot in there. So this is one kit, these four panels, and then the other kit is this, consists of this and these two, and then we bought these box sections separately, and this is like a 3mm plate, so you could cut this to shape. So that was separately bought. Now the thing with these kits is these two, this kit, where this kit goes on along there on the inside, we could either use these plates. So we're going to see which is the best one to use when we get onto it. Either use this or this, the whole plate. Now I'm going to show you what we've got to do first. We're going to use this one over here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this over here, but I'm going to cut a slot there, so we could just slide this over, mark this up here, tack this on, and then I'm going to use this plate from that other kit, which is going to go over here like that. So what we're going to do, we're going to put that plate on there, and then mark this one off about here and cut it, and then just join it on there. Alright, now we're ready to cut this section. Remember, put on your goggles, safety always first, and then I'm going to angle grind this off here. And another bit here. Okay, now with that we've chopped a bit of that off. This should, yep, it slides over there, as you can see, and it goes over that pre-cut hole already. Now what we're going to do with this, I think I'll have this on for now so we could mark it all up. Okay, that's a bit higher. If we just clamp that there for now, then this piece we're going to put in here. So now what I want to do, put this about there. Right, if I just mark off this piece here. Okay, now we're going to chop that off with the angle grinder. Here's our line over here. So I'm just going to cut along that. Okay, now let's have this piece back on. Just place there. Yep. Now this piece should fit in here and meet up with that. Yep, that's it, see? That joins on there perfectly, but we'll leave a little gap so we could fill it with weld. Okay, that's it, that bit's ready. I just bought these goggles. They're the auto darkening filler lens, yeah? They're like the mask I've got, they're auto darkening. When you start welding it gets dark. So let's see, I haven't used these before, so let's see how well they work. So if I put these on, and as you can see, what we're going to do, we're going to tack it in places for now, all the plates. Once we've tacked all the plates on the car in place, then after that we're going to seam weld it all at the end, once we've cut all the plates and put them in place. So here we go, I'm going to start tacking it now. Friend's done a good job of cleaning this. He pre-cleaned this for us before we got here with an angle grinder with a wire brush on it. So now if we just weld this bit up all the way across. That's it. Okay. Just bring the spine up. Okay. Ready now. Do it across the bottom. Now we've tacked this plate into place, put the rest of the plates on, and then at the end we're going to seam weld everything together. What we're going to do, we're going to take all these clips out for the wiring. And this plug, get that out of the way. I think that's the ABS sensor wiring. Get that out from here. That's out of the way. Now what we're going to have to do, this shock absorber mount here, we're going to have to cut this off there, then weld a plate onto this and then weld this back on. So that's what we're going to do next. Now we're going to cut this bracket off. See that bolt there? That's actually welded on, that long bolt. So once we cut the bracket on that side and that side, this whole thing should just slot over this long bolt because the bolt stays in place. Cut this bracket off. We've taken the shock absorber off, jacked it up and taken the wheel off. So I'm going to try and cut this side and that side and see if this plate comes off, and the actual bolt for the shock absorber should stay there, but it looks welded to me, or it's rust, so I'm going to try and cut it off first. I've gone through that side. Now I'm going to try and cut the other side as well. That one's going to be a bit more difficult. Right, we've cut this plate off now. I've cut this bottom bit away over there. As you can see, we had to cut it because behind it it's all rotted. And what we're going to do, we're going to weld a plate all the way across from the bottom down to here. But now I'm going to cut this bit off. This is the holder for the ABS wire. I'll just put that around there. If I just mark the top like that, and on the other side. So now we know that this is going to be welded back here down below. So now I'm going to start cutting it. Cut that out. We're going to weld that back in later on. I'm going to cut that lip away to make it smooth so we could weld the plate on top. Okay. This is a panel that you could put there. That's what it's for. But because this is rotten all the way up to there, what we're going to do, we're going to use the one from the other kit, which is this one. We've marked it off there, so we're going to cut it about there, and this panel is going to be fitted in there. So I'll just cut this panel out now. That should fit in there. Right, like so. We're going to cut a slot in this, a little slot, so that'll come up to there. If we made a cardboard cutout of we made a template out of cardboard. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure where our plate is going to go from there to the center of this rod. That's 280/28. So measure over here. I'll mark that here. That's 280 mil. Okay, and then see how wide this rod is. This is 1820, so we got to go from the middle there. Got to put it, if I'll put it about 20, just over 20 there. So that's where our slot's going to be for it to slide in there. Yeah. Okay, that was the 10 plate we made, and we cut that panel and put in. What we had to do was, when we put that in, we realised that was hanging out a lot, so we cut the bottom of this off there. Look, now it's almost flush with the chassis, and we've cut a little piece out here which is going to go over here to cover that hole there. So we're going to weld that on over there like so. I've tacked this plate on now, as you can see, and I've finished that one. I've actually seam welded that one in there, that little plate. Now I'm just going to seam weld this here up to there. Okay, that bit of it's all done now. So what I'll do, I'm going to weld that plate back on here. This box section that we bought, just cut a few slots on it, and we've shaped it because we're going to put it under here, because under here we've got some rotting holes there. You can see just along there. So this box section should cover that. Right, we're cutting off this panel here. You can see, because it's rotten, and we've got to get a plate in there. So we're going to cut this off, this member there, and then weld it back on. 8 hours later now, we've come to this point now that over there. We finished that, put a little plate there, the plate there. We welded all this up, welded that bracket part back onto there, welded this clip back on that you put the ABS sensor on, welded it there. Then there was a couple of little holes there, so we welded a plate there, and over here where the cross member went, we cut the cross member out because it was all rotten behind here, and we welded this plate on here, and we're going to do the same to that side. If you could see, we're going to weld a plate here. This is the cross member. We're going to have to do some repair work on this because it's rotten on the sides, on both sides. That's going to go back over there after we've repaired it. So we're going to weld it back on there, and then we're finished. Basically, we've finished this side now. If you look, all the plates have been welded here. Been welded all the way along. This is where we made a box section because the underneath was rotten, so we made a box section and we've welded it on there. And look, we welded this all the way and made another plate under there that's welded on both sides of the outer plate. So that is really strong. That's stronger than factory now, the way we welded it all up. Now we're going to have to get on with that side, and hopefully there's not that much welding to do on that side. Now we've finished the welding on both sides. If I show you, we've put this cross member back on, and as you see, we repaired it all before putting it on. We put all these pieces on, and around here we welded all that up together on both sides. And on this side we done the plates here where it was rotten, and all the way along underneath we've done a plate. And also we finished on this side. The cover came off the car, so the rain went on it. That's why it's gone a bit rusty, but we're going to clean that off with a wire brush before we underseal it. Right, done the welding all the way along here and this plate underneath. And now we're going to show you another place we found that was rotten. So we've cut this plate out. This is going to go underneath here. Right. See over here now, this was just behind the exhaust box, and we've cut the exhaust box out. Now look, it's rotten all the way along there. Right, so I've cut this plate out, and we're gonna weld this plate in just over here like that, and that should cover the whole lot. Nissan Navara Mammoth welding project has come to an end. We've just finished the last bit off. As you can see, we've done a lot, and this was definitely a mammoth project. I'm going to show you the last bit of welding that we've done. It's under here. So let me just go under here and show you what we have done. There you are. If you looked, this is the last of our panels that we've welded on. It goes all the way in there, across the chassis here, up to here, and this is where the exhaust bolts on the back box. So this bit of the weld is done. Now we're just going to put underseal all over it, everywhere, and then that's it, finished. Now we're going to underseal all of this. With this underseal, we just bought the spray can one for now because we haven't got a compressor or anything here handy. So we're going to underseal it with this. Give it a good shake for about 30 seconds or something, to a minute. I've been shaking it before. So now I'm just going to spray some on here. Hold it about 6 to 8 inches away. Now we're just going to do the whole lot like this with this can, and job done. Right, as you can see now, we've undersealed the whole of the chassis compartment here. It's all been done, all been sealed. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to click the bell icon so you could get all my future videos of the next project of the fix. Thank you for watching.